My son, listen carefully. There is something happening around you that most cannot see, but you, whose spiritual eyes are awake, are already beginning to sense it. An invisible, subtle, and relentless force is moving right now. Make no mistake, what seems like silence to the world's ears is actually the sound of a call from heaven, echoing only to those chosen to hear. Don't close your eyes to this moment, because ignoring what's happening is like refusing the very blessing God is about to pour out on your life. It's no coincidence that you're here listening to these words. It's because the Almighty has chosen to speak directly to your heart, and you know it. Perhaps today you feel tired, pressured, or even powerless to believe. But know this: while your eyes see only stagnation, in the spiritual world, chains are breaking, walls are being torn down, and doors that seemed sealed are about to open. It's a silent movement for some, but thunderous for those aligned with the heavens. I know that at times, the solitude of your struggles has made you feel abandoned. But don't mistake God's silence for absence. This is the time He works behind the scenes, preparing a breakthrough that will silence all those who doubted you. But be careful. This promise isn't for everyone, it's for those who keep their hearts awake even in the storm. If you waver now, you might miss what's reserved only for the vigilant. It's a short window, and when it closes, nothing will be the same. So, take a deep breath and stay here. What I'm about to reveal next isn't just a simple word, it's a spiritual map for the coming days of your life, something that will lift the blindfold, rekindle your faith, and prepare you for what's to come. If you feel this presence now, stay, because this may be the last time God warns you before the turning point that will change everything. And before we move on, I want you to join me on this journey. If this message has already ignited something within you, if it has made your heart realize that God still has something great to accomplish in your life, then join us. This is a space for people who refuse to accept shallow living, who want to dive deep into God's presence and walk alongside those who also seek transformation and victory. Sign up now and leave your like, so this word may reach other hearts who, like yours, are ready to experience what heaven has prepared. Son, I see every tear you've shed in silence. Every night your heart has been heavy. Even if no one noticed, I know the doubts that haunt your mind and the weariness that insists on lodging in your soul. You've carried burdens that seem invisible to others, and you've often felt alone on this journey, even surrounded by so many people. This loneliness you feel doesn't go unnoticed by my gaze, because I know your story, your fears, and the battles you face daily. I'm by your side even when you think you're alone, and it's precisely at those times that my love manifests itself. Most to sustain you. I know you've been praying incessantly, perhaps for days or even weeks, seeking a clear answer, a sign that confirms that the path you've chosen is the right one, that the storm will pass and the light will arrive. I know you've questioned whether you've been forgotten or whether your faith isn't enough to move what seems stuck. But son, all this struggle, all this waiting is not in vain. I've heard your cry, even if it seems silence is the only answer. Every moment of doubt, every moment you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, was a preparation for what's to come. I also know about the wounds that still hurt, those that time has not healed, the wounds that only the Spirit can reach. Perhaps there are deep hurts, losses that have not been overcome, relationships that have fallen apart, or dreams that have been postponed because of fear and insecurity. All of this weighs on your heart and prevents you from seeing clearly what is happening around you. But I want you to know that these pains do not define who you are, nor the future I have prepared for you. I am the God of restoration, and my power is greater than any suffering. I am ready to renew your hope and heal your wounds, but you must open your heart to receive. My son, I know the world can seem like a cold place, where injustice and sadness try to suffocate your faith. I know of the nights when anxiety and fear almost overcame you, and of the invisible battles you wage against doubt and hopelessness. But it is precisely in these moments that my presence becomes most real, that my strength sustains you, and that my love surrounds you like an invisible shield. Don't let the circumstances of the present make you forget the promise that lies in store for you. Believe even when the outlook seems bleak, that something much greater is at work to lift you from where you are. I see the tears you hold in the silence of your room, the prayers you say when no one is looking, and the faith that still beats in your heart, even when everything around you insists there is no way out. This faith is the flame that will light your path, that will guide you through the darkness. I am feeding this flame. I am with you every step of this journey. Do not despair over what seems to be at a standstill, because I am preparing the ground for your victory. Trust in the timing I have established, for it is perfect and full of purpose. No matter what you've experienced, no matter how many times you've been knocked down or how many doors have closed in front of you, I'm here to lift you up, to open new windows of hope and renew your soul with my infinite love. What you're experiencing today may seem like a test, a challenge that seems bigger than you. But it's precisely in this moment that I'm shaping you to be stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the blessings to come. Don't let the pain of the past or the anxiety of the future steal the peace I want to give you now. Son, I know your tears and the depth of your silence, and I want you to know that they have not gone unnoticed. I am working in the invisible, moving what seems immobile, opening paths where before there were only walls. This is the time to keep your heart steadfast, to look to me with renewed faith and believe that even in the most difficult situations, I am by your side, guiding you with my powerful hands. Prepare to feel a new strength invade your being, because what is moving around you is my divine intervention, which will transform your life. Now stay with me, because the next step of this word will show you that this message didn't come by chance. I chose you to receive this revelation because you are ready to see beyond what meets the eye. Stay here, because what follows is confirmation that you are not alone, and that the spiritual movement around you is a sign that your faith is about to be strengthened in an extraordinary way. My son, have you been feeling a heaviness in your soul, restlessness in prayer, or tears for no reason? Comment here if any of these signs have been happening to you, as they may be a warning from heaven that something is about to change. My son, this message you are hearing at this moment is not the result of chance or mere coincidence. It was carefully sent to you, chosen among many, because the Almighty has a special purpose for your life. Do not be overcome by doubt or by the feeling that everything is too distant to be achieved. I know your heart. I know every silent battle you have fought and every tear you have tried to hide from the world. Therefore, know that you were set apart to receive this prophetic word, because you have within you the ability to see what many cannot, to hear the voice few hear, and to walk in faith even when circumstances try to paralyze you. You are not here by chance. God, who sees the beginning and end of all things, placed this word in your path at exactly the right time, because you are one of the few who can perceive the movements that occur behind the scenes of the universe. This is a wake-up call, a summons for you to open your spiritual eyes and prepare to move toward what He has in store for you. The uniqueness of this message reinforces that you are not a passive spectator in your own story, but a protagonist who will be transformed by divine power in action. When the Almighty chooses someone, He does so not by chance, but because He understands the strength that resides within that person and their capacity to carry out His will on earth. You were chosen to be a light in the midst of darkness, to bear witness to the promises being fulfilled, and to inspire others who still harbor doubt or the shadow of fear. Your faith, even if often silenced by weariness, is a clear sign that you are aligned with heaven's plans, and this word is a reminder that God never abandons those who sincerely seek Him. Allow this certainty to penetrate deeply into your spirit and strengthen your soul. This is the time to abandon any feelings of inadequacy or fear, for God is telling you that you are enough and that you are prepared to experience the transformation that is coming. Feel the conviction that comes from above, that voice that cannot be silenced, that insists on reminding you of your worth and your divine calling. You are among the few who can perceive the nuances of God's move, and this ability is a blessing that must be cultivated with faith and courage. Don't look back with regret or sideways with insecurity, but look forward with confidence, knowing that you were chosen for this mission, that your life has a greater purpose that transcends human understanding. The word you received at this moment is a heavenly seal, a sign that your journey is being guided with precision and love by the Almighty. Your attention and openness to receiving this message are proof of your willingness to connect with divine will and advance toward a glorious destiny. So, my son, remain firm in your faith and don't let anything distance you from what God is revealing now. This validation is to let you know you're on the right path, that the spiritual movement around you is real, and that you have a vital role in this transformation. Stay with me, because what comes next is the divine promise that will bring relief, hope, and the certainty that your progress is guaranteed. My son, have you ever heard something and felt deep down that it was exactly what you needed? At that moment, as if God had used that situation to speak directly to you? I want you to tell me in the comments if that word also resonated with you in that way, because perhaps what you share today is the confirmation another brother or sister needs to hear. My child, the Almighty wants you to know that the wait will not be in vain, that the promise that has sustained your weary heart is ready to manifest. He has prepared behind the scenes in heaven a powerful intervention, a renewal that will transform your reality, bringing healing, restoration, and a new lease of life to your soul. The chains that have held you back for so long are breaking, and the invisible movement you have already sensed is the beginning of this divine shift. The hope that may have become tenuous in your most difficult days will blossom again, like spring emerging after a harsh winter. The Lord wants you to cling to this certainty, to keep your gaze fixed on the promise He has given, and let no fear or doubt weaken it. The transformation will not only be spiritual but also practical, affecting your daily life, your relationships, your health, your dreams, and everything that seemed frozen in time. God is opening doors that once seemed closed forever, preparing a path where before there was only desert. This is His action, a divine move that brings life where before there was only waiting. It's crucial that you open your heart to receive this grace, so that your soul can be flooded with the peace that surpasses all understanding. The relief you so desperately seek is not far away. It awaits you, ready to be received at the precise moment you decide to fully trust in the Almighty. He is ready to work miracles, renew strength, and transform tears into laughter of joy. All of this is already prepared, but the key to unlocking this blessing lies in your unwavering faith and sincere surrender. Don't let discouragement deceive you, nor let momentary difficulties be interpreted as the end of the road. Remember that the Almighty is the God who makes all things new, and that each challenge is a preparation for the great victory to come. The divine promise is not a distant dream, but a reality that begins to take shape now, before your spiritual eyes. The movement you feel is not just a sign, it is the harbinger of change, the heavenly breath that will renew your journey. The Lord is telling you that, even if external circumstances seem against you, a powerful transformation is taking place within your spirit that will strengthen you to overcome. This promise is an invitation to move forward with courage, knowing that you do not walk alone, that the Almighty is with you every step of the way, preparing the ground for you to reap abundant fruits in your life. Therefore, remain steadfast, even when everything seems slow, because divine action has perfect timing and never fails. Prepare to experience renewal beyond your wildest imagination, because the Almighty doesn't work partially. He wants to transform every area of your life, bringing fulfillment and abundance. This promise isn't just to soothe your heart, but to move you to embrace what He has already released for you. Be receptive, keep your faith active, and be attentive, for the signs of this transformation are already happening, even if you can't yet see them with your physical eyes. Now, take a deep breath and allow this word to find a home in your soul. In the next minute, you will hear a prophetic declaration that will bring authority and power to this promise, confirming that the Almighty is truly acting through you, so that your story will be written with the ink of victory and restoration. Don't look away, because the best is yet to come. I am the Lord your God, the one who created you, who knows every hair on your head, and who never abandons even a single step of your path. I have been with you from the beginning, and today I declare, with authority and love, that none of the tears you have shed will be in vain. None of the pain you have endured will be forgotten, for I have kept them in the depths of my heart. And that is precisely why I am now overturning your captivity, breaking the bonds that have bound you, and paving the way for your victory. I am not distant nor indifferent to the struggles that consume you. I am the present God, the one who walks beside you, even when you don't feel my firm hand holding you. I declare that every shadow that has risen against you will be dispelled by the light of my glory, that every barrier that seemed insurmountable will be torn down so that you can move forward without fear and with confidence. I strengthen you with my power, cover you with my protection, and fill you with my peace that surpasses all understanding. Do not fear the difficult days you have endured, for each challenge was a forge where I was shaping your character, preparing you for the greater purposes I have in store for you. I declare that the scars life has left on your soul will be transformed into living testimonies of my healing and restorative power. Your faith, however small, is a mustard seed that will now multiply and bear abundant fruit, for I am pouring blessings upon your journey. I am the God who makes new what seemed lost, who brings life where there was desolation and hope where despair reigned. I declare that doors that seemed closed will open, that blocked paths will be freed, and that what was stagnant will begin to move in. Your favor. I call you to walk in confidence, to lift your eyes and see that heaven is stirring its forces for your benefit, and that the invisible movement you feel around you is the sign of my divine intervention. I know your thoughts, your deepest desires, and I am aligning the heavens so that they manifest in your life according to my perfect will. I declare that your journey is being directed by me, that your every step is guided by my hand. I will not allow the enemy's attacks to prevail against you, for I am your shield and your fortress, your safe refuge in the storms of life. I ask you to keep your eyes fixed on me, not to allow discouragement or unbelief to separate you from my presence. I am with you to strengthen your spirit, to renew your strength, and to ensure that your future is filled with hope. Your faith, though shaken, is precious to me, and I am breathing upon it a new wind that will inflame it and make it unshakable in the face of any adversity. I declare that your heart will be comforted, your mind renewed, and your soul restored. No tear will fall without my wiping it away, no request will go unanswered, and no battle will be lost. I am the God of the impossible, the one who transforms weakness into strength, despair into joy, and sorrow into victory. I hold you tightly. I will not let you go, for you are my beloved child, my precious creation. My word is your lamp and your light, and in it you will find the safe path forward. I empower you to overcome every challenge, to break every chain, and to fulfill every promise I made to you. Your story is being rewritten by the power of my love, and I am leading you to the fullness I have prepared for you since eternity. I will not leave you orphaned, nor will I allow contrary winds to overthrow you. I am your Father, your protector, and your Savior, and I declare that your victory is already assured. Walk boldly, for the Most High is with you, and no opposing force can prevail against you. I now send you my Spirit, who will guide, strengthen, and fill you with wisdom to face every situation with courage and faith. I am opening doors before you that no one can close, freeing you from invisible prisons and paving the way for a glorious future. Every promise I have made is faithful and true, and I am fulfilling them on your behalf. Hold this word tightly, meditate on it, and allow it to transform your being, for I am God, and I do not fail. Always remember that you are chosen, loved, and called to a special mission. No matter what the world says, I am with you, supporting your steps, strengthening your spirit, and renewing your hope. Walk in peace, certain that the Almighty is acting powerfully in your life, for this is my promise to you today and forever. My son, so that your faith may be strengthened and your spirit strengthened, I bring you today the sacred word that has the power to renew all your hope and confirm the promises already made for you. Listen carefully to the words that flow from the Scriptures, for they are a firm foundation that can never be shaken, even in the face of the most violent storms that life can bring. In Isaiah 43:19 it is written, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Will you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. This word is not merely an ancient text or a distant message, but a living invitation for you to recognize God's move in your own existence. The Lord is doing something new in your life, something you may not yet be able to clearly see, but which will soon manifest itself in a powerful and transformative way. Just as a path emerges in the desert where there was nothing before, I am opening before you a path of hope, victory, and rebirth. Even if the environment around you seems arid, without signs of life or progress, the desert you are crossing is not your final destination, and the rivers that gush forth in the midst of the wilderness are a testament to my power to restore and make flourish what seemed dead. Understand that the word "do new things" is a promise of transformation that goes beyond your human understanding. I am the God who creates new things from what seemed impossible, who renews your strength and leads you on paths where the impossible ceases to exist. Do not allow the present difficulty to cause your faith to waver, for this is the time to trust fully, knowing that your life is being prepared for a glorious new beginning, where pain and challenges will be but memories of a past overcome by divine action. Just as the path in the desert is an answer for those who feel lost, forgotten, and directionless, this word is for you who feel the weight of silence and the absence of answers. God has not forgotten you. He is preparing the ground for your victory to be certain, and the proof of this is in this eternal promise that echoes in your heart today. Every river that rises in the wilderness symbolizes the grace that flows abundantly to heal, restore, and renew your weary soul. It's essential that you allow this word to sink deeply into your spirit, allowing it to be like a lamp lit on the dark path, guiding your steps and dispelling all doubt and fear. Meditate on it with an open heart, because this revelation is not only meant to comfort, but to activate your spirit and propel you to walk confidently toward what God has prepared. The desert may be arid, the path difficult, but the promise is that where it seems empty, new and abundant life will blossom. This biblical word I give you today is a safe anchor amidst the storms, a sign that confirms that the invisible movement you feel is not the work of chance, but the action of a faithful God who never abandons his children. It is time to recognize that something new is already emerging and that you are part of this grand plan of transformation. Therefore, keep your eyes on the heavens, your heart open to revelation, and your steps firm in faith, because the promised blessing has already begun to manifest in your life. As you walk, always remember this word, for it is the assurance that nothing can stop what God has begun for you. Trust in his perfect timing and keep moving forward, because what lies ahead is greater than any challenge you've ever faced, and it is a living testament to the power of God's promise fulfilled. My son, you must understand the depth of the battle that rages beyond what human eyes can see. For the spiritual world is vast and complex, and not everything that appears stagnant or without a solution is the result of chance or lack of faith. There is an invisible struggle that surrounds your journey, a silent struggle between the forces of light and darkness that determine the right time for blessings to fully manifest in your life. The enemy knows your importance and therefore tries, with all his wiles, to silence your inner voice, extinguish the flame of hope, and sow doubt and fear in your heart, so that you will stop and give up before the time appointed by the Almighty. Often the difficulties you face are not mere coincidences, but strategies of an adversary who wants to prevent you from achieving what God has promised. He uses people, circumstances, and even negative feelings to create an invisible barrier that keeps you from your divine purpose. These are moments when your faith seems to weaken, when the doors you tried to open seem locked with invisible keys, and the silence of heaven seems the only answer. However, it is precisely at these times that I am most present, working behind the scenes to break these chains and prepare a surprising breakthrough. My son, know that this invisible struggle is not a sign of abandonment, but a testing ground for your faith to be refined and strengthened. Just as gold passes through fire to be purified, your trust in me is being tested so that it becomes unshakable. Each difficult moment is an opportunity for you to cling more firmly to my promise and resist the enemy's attacks. I'm sending angels to protect you, spiritual forces to fight by your side, and a peace that overcomes any storm to keep your heart steadfast and confident. Don't allow the shadows of fear, anxiety, or disbelief to keep you from the truth I have delivered to you. What appears to be a delay or an obstacle is actually a divine preparation, a time when I am silently working to ensure your progress is safe and lasting. No matter how many times you have been struck down or how many doors have closed, I'm opening windows that no one can close, preparing a new and unexpected path that will surprise everyone, including you. You may not realize it, but the enemy fears the power that resides within you, the authority you've been given to walk in victory. He tries to deceive you, making you believe you're alone or forgotten, but that's a lie I'm breaking now. I'm raising you up, renewing you, and preparing you to conquer what has been reserved for you since eternity. This invisible battle is just a phase, a passing shadow before the light that is to come. Remain vigilant, my son, because the battle you are waging is real and requires you to keep your spirit alert, clad in the armor I have given you. Prayer, active faith, and knowledge of my word are the powerful weapons that protect you against the enemy's snares. I invite you not to conform to your circumstances, but to lift your head and declare victory, because the time of struggle is coming to an end, and the time of conquest is about to begin. Don't forget that I am the one who opens doors where there are no doors, who transforms the desert into a garden, and who makes water flow from the rock to quench your thirst. The invisible struggle may try to discourage you, but I am with you, preparing the ground for the fruits of your perseverance to flourish. Keep walking with faith, even if the path seems difficult, because I am by your side, guiding your steps with love and power. Also in this video, you will be invited to take prophetic action, to declare your faith aloud and renew your commitment to me, because it is in this action that your victory manifests itself in concrete ways. Don't let invisible battles rob you of hope, for the Almighty is acting on your behalf and the time for His movement is coming. My son, the time has come to express the faith that lives within your heart, to transform hope into words and trust into action. I want you to take a deep breath and, with your entire being, make room to receive the strength that the Almighty is pouring upon you at this moment. This is not just an invitation to repeat words, but an opportunity to connect deeply with the divine power that is ready to act in your life. He waits for you to take this step, to embrace the blessing already released, and to declare your victory with boldness and conviction. Repeat after me with all the certainty of your spirit. Lord, I open my spiritual eyes to see the invisible move you are making in my life. I believe in the power of your promise and receive, with gratitude, the strength to move forward. I trust in you and surrender myself to your care, knowing that nothing can separate me from your love. As you say these words, allow each one to penetrate the depths of your soul, awakening a living, active faith that will sustain you in the face of any adversity. This prayer is not just a ritual, but a prophetic act that signals to heaven that you are aligned with God's will, that you are willing to move in faith and obey the voice calling you forward. Feel the power that comes from above envelop you, like a refreshing wind that renews your strength and opens new perspectives. There is no room for doubt at this moment, only for the certainty that the Almighty is with you, strengthening and guiding you every step of this journey. As you speak these words, know that you are activating a spiritual force that surpasses human limits, an anointing that empowers you to overcome obstacles, break invisible chains, and receive the blessings prepared especially for you. Don't allow fear or hesitation to hinder this transformation, because the time of victory has come, and you are an active participant in this great work. Trust what you are declaring, because faith expressed in words has the power to change realities. Continue proclaiming your trust. Keep your heart open to the moving of the Holy Spirit and prepare to see the supernatural unfold in your life. The Almighty is responding now, and this prophetic action you are taking is the key that opens doors to the manifestation of divine promises. Stay strong, my child, and know that the prayer you just prayed is a sign of your covenant with heaven, a decisive step toward the advancement that is being released. Don't stop. Keep walking with faith, because God is leading you to a new stage of power, victory, and transformation. And what comes next will bring even more light to your path. My child, prepare your heart, because the revelation that is coming in the next moment is even more profound and urgent, a calling that touches not only your personal life, but your entire family and the destiny of those you love. The Almighty has shown in His Word that the next stages of this spiritual journey will bring powerful insights that can change the course of things forever. This is no ordinary promise, but a warning that demands your attention and readiness. For what will be revealed is of paramount importance for the protection, blessing, and growth of those who walk with you. Don't let curiosity drive you away. On the contrary, let it be the spark that keeps your faith burning, that drives you to remain steadfast, waiting with active patience. There are secrets and guidance that have not yet been shared, because the right time is approaching, and when that moment arrives, you will have the opportunity to receive a word that will pave the way for even greater spiritual advancement. This is an invitation for you to remain vigilant, so that you do not stray from the path God is opening before your spiritual eyes. You are facing a watershed moment, a moment when heaven reveals its secrets to those chosen to see beyond the veil. The following message will bring a touch of mystery and revelation that will strengthen your spirit and renew your determination, even in the face of challenges that may arise. It is important that you be present, attentive and receptive, because the voice of the Almighty is being revealed with intensity and power to guide your steps toward victory. Feel this anticipation grow within you. Allow hope to invade your being, for what is to come is not just a compliment, but a vital continuation of everything that has been said so far. The spiritual movement around you is real, and the next word will be the key to opening new doors, illuminating corners that still remain in the shadows, and ensuring that you and your family are protected and blessed in a special way. Don't turn away, my child, because the Almighty is preparing a time of revelations that will transform the way you see your life, your relationships, and your purpose in this world. You are not alone on this journey, and this series of messages is an invitation for you to stay connected, nurturing your faith, and confidently awaiting the manifestation of divine movement. Therefore, I invite you not to miss the next video, to be present and open to receive the words that will be delivered, for they carry the wisdom and power necessary to further strengthen your spirit and that of those who walk alongside you. This is a sacred moment, a preparation for the manifestation of God's glory in your life. Stay strong, for the best is yet to come, and the journey of faith and transformation you have chosen to undertake is about to reach a new level full of light, power, and renewed hope. My son, as you listen to these words, I want you to feel the embrace of the Almighty enveloping your heart, warming your soul and bringing you the certainty that you have never been alone on this journey. Every step you have taken, every struggle you have faced, every moment of doubt or deep faith has been known by God, who loves you with an unconditional and eternal love. I bless you today with this certainty, so that your soul may find rest and your mind peace, even when the world around you seems turbulent. You are too precious to give up. Now, and the divine purpose for your life is greater than any challenge that may arise. Let this blessing become a shield that protects you, a light that illuminates your path, and a force that renews your energy. Walk with the confidence that the Almighty is holding your hand, guiding your steps and preparing great things for you. I encourage you to remain steadfast, to keep your heart open, and to never lose hope, because the best is being prepared. This word is not an end, but the beginning of a new stage in your spiritual life, where faith will be renewed and victory will be inevitable. Before closing, I want to invite you to join this community that seeks to strengthen itself in faith and God's love every day. Subscribe to the channel to receive more prophetic messages and revelations that can change your life. Share this video with someone you love who needs this word, because together we are stronger and can spread the hope and power of the Almighty to reach many lives. Leave a Like so YouTube understands that this message should reach more people, and comment below what God spoke to your heart today. I want to read and pray for you. Always remember that you are loved, chosen, and called to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. I will be here bringing you daily words that edify, strengthen, and bring us closer to heaven. Trust in the journey, keep your faith alive, and know that the Almighty is with you, today, tomorrow, and always. May this blessing multiply in your life and make you a living testimony to the power of God's love. We'll see you in the next video, where God will continue to speak directly to your heart with more revelations, strength, and hope. May the peace and grace of the Most High be with you, beloved child.